What if I told you that someone close to you, a friend, a colleague, maybe even a family member, might secretly hate you? They smile at you. They laugh with you. But deep down, they can't stand you. And here's the worst part. You might have never noticed it. But today, that changes. In this video, I'm going to reveal 12 clear signs that someone secretly despises you. These signs are often subtle. They hide behind fake smiles, polite words, and everyday interactions. But once you learn to spot them, you'll never see certain people the same way again. And at the very end of this video, I'll share the biggest red flag. The one sign that never lies. So make sure you stay until the end. Because what you're about to learn could change your life. Have you ever felt like someone was acting fake around you? Like their words and actions just didn't match? Maybe you sensed something was off, but you couldn't quite figure out why. Well, you're not crazy. Because hidden hatred is more common than you think. And if you don't know how to recognize it, you might be allowing toxic people to stay in your life and drain your energy without even realizing it. But not after today. Because today, you're going to learn how to see through the fakeness. Before we begin, let me ask you a question. Have you ever suspected that someone secretly disliked you? If yes, comment "I see the signs" below. If no, comment "Never experienced this," and let's see how many people relate. And if you find this video eye-opening, make sure to like and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Because the truth is, we all deserve to be surrounded by people who genuinely care about us. Now, let's dive into the 12 signs someone secretly hates you. And trust me, some of these will shock you. Sign number 1, they smile, but their eyes don't lie. The eyes never lie. A fake smile can hide true hatred. Have you ever looked at someone and felt like something was off? They're smiling at you. Their words sound friendly, but deep inside, something doesn't feel right. That's because a fake smile can fool anyone. But the eyes? They never lie. And if you know how to read them, you'll never fall for a fake friend again. Look closely. When someone genuinely likes you, their eyes light up. They maintain eye contact. Their whole face feels warm, open, and natural. But when someone secretly despises you, their eyes tell a different story. Do they avoid eye contact? Do they look away too quickly? Do their eyes feel cold and distant even when they're smiling? If yes, that's a red flag. Because a real smile reaches the eyes. A fake one? Never. Next time you're talking to someone, pay attention to their eyes. Because no matter how hard they try to hide it, their true feelings will always slip through. Here's what you need to watch for. Their eyes avoid you too quickly. Do they look at you for a second, then immediately look away? Almost like they can't stand to meet your gaze? This is a subconscious way of distancing themselves from you. They don't want that connection. Because deep down, they don't like you. Their smile doesn't match their eyes. A real smile lights up the whole face. The eyes crinkle slightly. The energy feels warm, genuine, effortless. But a fake smile? The mouth moves, but the eyes stay empty. Cold. Flat. Emotionless. You can feel it. It's like looking at a photo instead of a real person. Something is missing. Their eyes show micro-expressions of disdain. Micro-expressions are tiny flashes of true emotion that last less than a second. And when someone secretly dislikes you, their face will show it. Even if they're smiling, you might catch a quick eyebrow raise, sign of irritation. A slight sneer or lip twitch, sign of contempt. A tightening of the eyelids, sign of hidden anger. These moments happen fast. But once you train yourself to see them, you'll never be fooled again. Bottom line, if someone's eyes feel cold and distant, their heart is probably the same. If their smile doesn't reach their eyes, it's not real. And if you spot even a flash of resentment or annoyance in their micro-expressions, they do not like you. Now, what if someone is not just faking their smile, but actively avoiding you at all costs? A study from Princeton University found that over 80% of human emotions are expressed through the eyes, not words. That means someone might be saying they're happy to see you, but their eyes, they could be telling a completely different story. And here's something even more shocking. Psychologists say that fake smiles often come with micro-expressions of disdain. A quick tightening of the lips, a flash of contempt. Something so fast that most people miss it. But once you learn to spot it, you'll never be fooled again. A fake smile can be a social mask, but the eyes will always betray true emotions. If their eyes look cold, if they feel detached, uninterested, or even irritated, that smile, it means nothing. Because hatred doesn't hide in the mouth. It hides in the eyes. So next time someone smiles at you, don't just look at their mouth. Look at their eyes. Because if their eyes feel cold, their heart might be even colder. And speaking of avoidance, what if someone is always making excuses to stay away from you? Let's talk about signs #2. Because this one, it's even more obvious. Sign number 2, they always find reasons to avoid you. Too busy? Always an excuse? It's not a coincidence. Have you ever noticed that someone used to be around all the time, but suddenly they're always too busy? At first, you might think, maybe they really have a lot going on. But then, it keeps happening. They cancel plans. They never text back. They stop inviting you to things. And slowly, they start disappearing from your life. This is not an accident. This is a sign. They're trying to avoid you on purpose. Here's what you need to look for. Canceling plans last minute. They agree to meet, but suddenly have an emergency. This happens again and again. They never reschedule. Not responding to texts or calls. They used to reply fast. Now, it takes hours or even days. And when they do reply, it's short, cold, uninterested, never initiating conversations. If you don't reach out, they wouldn't talk to you at all. They stop checking in. They don't ask how you're doing. Avoiding group events if you're there. They used to show up. But now, if you're going, suddenly they can't make it. Over time, you realize they're fine hanging out, just not with you. Here's the psychological truth. When someone doesn't like you, they will subconsciously reduce interaction with you. A study from Harvard University found that people who feel negative emotions towards someone are 70% more likely to avoid direct communication with them. And get this, most of the time, they don't even realize they're doing it. It's an automatic response. They feel uncomfortable around you, so they create distance. When someone genuinely cares about you, they make time for you. But when someone secretly despises you, they slowly start cutting you out of their life. It's never one big argument. It's a series of small actions. Day by day, they talk to you less. They include you less. Until one day, they're completely gone. This is how people disappear from your life, without saying a single word. So if someone is always too busy, if they keep making excuses, if it feels like they're slowly phasing you out, believe them. Because people make time for what matters. And if you don't matter to them anymore, they will show you with distance. But now, let's talk about something even worse. What if someone isn't just avoiding you, but actively downplaying your success? Let's dive into signs #3. Because this one, it hurts the most. Sign number 3, they never celebrate your success. When you win, they get quiet. When you fail, they seem happy. Imagine this. You just got a promotion. You worked hard for it. You're excited to share the news. And then you tell this person, and their response? Nothing. No excitement. No real happiness. Just a blank stare, or maybe a forced smile. And worse, when you fail at something, suddenly they seem a little too happy. Coincidence? Think again. Here's what to look for. They ignore your success. You share good news, and they change the subject. They pretend they didn't hear you. Or they respond with a half-hearted, "Oh, nice." They downplay your achievements. Instead of saying "That's amazing," they say, "Well, it's a start. I guess that's pretty good. Let's see if you can keep it up." They seem happier when you struggle. When you fail, they suddenly have more energy. They act like it's no big deal, but deep down, they feel relieved. It's subtle, but once you notice it, you can't unsee it. A study from Ohio State University found that 92% of people who secretly dislike someone show it through indifference to their success. Why? Because your success reminds them of their failures. Your wins make them feel small. And instead of being inspired, they become bitter. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to surpass them. So they act cold, distant, and uninterested, hoping you won't notice. True friends celebrate your wins. They don't downplay them. They don't ignore them. And they definitely don't secretly enjoy your failures. So if someone in your life never seems happy for you, if they always find a way to minimize your success, pay attention, because they might not be a real friend. But now, let's talk about something even more toxic. What if someone isn't just ignoring your success, but is actively bringing you down with constant criticism? Let's dive into science #4. Because this one, it can destroy your confidence. Sign number 4, they constantly criticize you for no reason. If their words always bring you down, it's not just their opinion. Have you ever been around someone who seems to have a problem with everything you do? Nothing you wear is right. Nothing you say is good enough. Nothing you achieve is impressive. At first, you might think, they're just trying to help me improve. But over time, you start to realize their words don't lift you up. They constantly tear you down. And when someone does this over and over again, it's not an accident. It's a sign of hidden resentment. Not all criticism is bad, but real criticism comes with guidance. Toxic criticism? It comes with judgment. Here's what to watch for. They find faults in everything you do. No matter how hard you try, it's not enough. They always have something negative to say. Their advice is insulting, not helpful. Instead of saying, "Maybe try this approach," they say, "You always do things the wrong way." They criticize you in front of others. They make you feel small. They embarrass you publicly. And when you finally call them out, they say the same thing every time. "I'm just being honest. I'm just trying to help." But let's be clear. Help doesn't feel like humiliation. According to a study from Carnegie Mellon University, 85% of a person's success comes from interpersonal skills, not just talent or intelligence. And guess what? Constant criticism destroys self-confidence. Toxic people know this. They're not criticizing you to help you grow. They're doing it to make themselves feel superior. The more they break you down, the more power they have. Genuine people want to help you. Toxic people want to control you. Real friends encourage you. Fake friends criticize you until you doubt yourself. And the scariest part? The longer you stay around them, the more you start believing their words. Until one day, you don't just hear the negativity. You start saying it to yourself. So if someone always makes you feel like you're never good enough, pay attention. Because real friends, they don't tear you down. But now, let's talk about something even more manipulative. What if someone isn't just criticizing you, but they're actively comparing you to others to make you feel small? Let's dive into sign hashtag 5. Because this one? It's a mind game. Sign number 5, they speak to you with sarcasm. It sounds like a joke, but it doesn't feel like one. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone says something that sounds like a joke, but deep inside, it doesn't feel like one? You laugh along, but something feels off. Like maybe that joke wasn't really a joke at all. This is sarcasm. And when used the wrong way, it's one of the most common signs of hidden hatred. Not all sarcasm is bad, but toxic sarcasm? It's different. It's meant to mock you, to make you feel small. Here's how it sounds. Oh wow, you actually did something right for once. Well, I guess even you can't mess that up. Oh, you think that's impressive? That's cute. And the worst part? When you call them out, they always say the same thing. Relax. I'm just joking. Wow, can't you take a joke? But here's the truth. If a joke makes you feel bad, it's not a joke. Studies from Columbia University show that people who use sarcasm as a weapon often do it to establish dominance over others. They make funny insults so they can bring you down without looking like a bad person. It's a mind game, and the longer you're around it, the more you start questioning yourself. Am I being too sensitive? Maybe they don't mean it. Maybe I should just laugh it off. But let's be clear. Real friends don't need to put you down to get a laugh. Sarcasm is a weapon, and when used constantly, it's a sign of disrespect and hidden resentment. Real friends lift you up. Toxic people use jokes to tear you down. And the worst part? It doesn't happen just once. It's repeated over time, slowly chipping away at your confidence. Until one day, you stop standing up for yourself. So if someone is always making jokes at your expense, pay attention. Because the people who mock you today are the ones who will betray you tomorrow. But now, let's talk about something even worse. What if someone isn't just being sarcastic, but is actively comparing you to others to make you feel small? Let's dive into sign hashtag 6. Because this one? It's pure manipulation. Sign number 6, they make you feel inferior on purpose. If someone always makes you feel small, it's not by accident. Have you ever noticed that no matter what you do, this person always finds a way to make you feel less? You share an achievement, and instead of celebrating, they remind you of how much more they've done. You express an opinion, and they dismiss it like it's nothing. You try to feel confident, and somehow, they always say something that brings you back down. This isn't a coincidence. This is a strategy. And it's a sign that deep down, they don't respect you. Some people won't insult you directly. Instead, they will slowly chip away at your confidence, one comment at a time. Here's how they do it. They minimize your achievements. You tell them something you're proud of, and they say, "That's nice, but it's not that impressive. I did something way harder last year." They always one-up you. You say you ran a 5K. They ran a marathon. You got a promotion. They tell you about their higher salary. They mock your ideas or opinions. If you share your thoughts, they say, "You really think that? Wow. I wouldn't expect you to understand." They make you doubt yourself. They say things like, "You sure you can handle that? That's a big goal for someone like you." These are not harmless comments. They are subtle attacks, designed to make you feel smaller, so they can feel bigger. According to a study from Stanford University, people who feel insecure about themselves are more likely to put others down, to feel superior. And that's exactly what's happening here. They don't feel successful, so they undermine your success. They don't feel smart, so they belittle your intelligence. They don't feel secure, so they make you doubt yourself. It's not about you. It's about them. And the truth is, they don't want you to grow. Because if you do, they'll lose their sense of control over you. Confidence is power. And they know it. That's why they don't want you to feel good about yourself. Because if you start believing in yourself, you'll stop tolerating their behavior. That's why they need you to feel small, so they can stay in control. And the longer you let them do this, the more you start believing their words. Until one day, you don't just feel small around them. You start feeling small everywhere. So if someone always makes you feel like you're not good enough, pay attention. Because real friends, they don't need you to feel small, so they can feel big. But now, let's talk about something even more manipulative. What if someone isn't just bringing you down, but they're actively comparing you to others to make you feel worse? Let's dive into sign #7. Because this one, it's pure manipulation. Sign number 7, they always compare you to others in a negative way. You'll never be as good as them. That's what they want you to believe. Have you ever felt like, no matter what you do, it's never enough? Because somehow, there's always someone better than you. You finally accomplish something. And instead of being happy for you, they say, well, someone else did it even better. You try your best, and they remind you that someone else has already done more. This isn't a coincidence. This is a tactic. A way to make you feel like you'll never measure up. Toxic people won't always insult you directly. Instead, they'll use comparison to make you feel less. Here's what to watch for. Why can't you be more like someone else? They make you feel like you're not good enough as you are. Wow, someone else did this way faster than you. Instead of celebrating your success, they make it feel small. You're okay, but someone else is way better. They constantly remind you of others who outshine you. And the worst part? It doesn't matter what you do. They will always find someone else to compare you to. Because their goal is to make you doubt yourself. According to research from Harvard University, constant negative comparison leads to lower self-esteem, increased anxiety, and even depression. Why? Because when someone is always measuring you against others, you start to feel like you'll never be good enough. And that's exactly what they want. They want you to feel insecure. They want you to question yourself. They want you to feel like you're always in second place. Because if you believe that, you'll never have the confidence to walk away from them. People who truly support you will never compare you in a way that makes you feel less. But toxic people, they use comparison as a form of control. If you feel like you're never good enough, if you believe that others are always better than you, then you'll start depending on them for validation. And that's how they keep you trapped. Because the moment you realize that you are enough just as you are, you'll no longer need their approval. And they can't stand that. So if someone is constantly comparing you, making you feel like you'll never measure up, pay attention. Because real friends, they celebrate your progress. They don't measure it against someone else's. But now, let's talk about something even more damaging. What if someone isn't just comparing you, but is mocking your weaknesses to make you feel ashamed? Let's dive into sign #8. Because this one, it's pure humiliation. Sign number 8, they only show up when they need something from you. If they only call you when they need a favor, they are not your friend. Think about this. When was the last time this person reached out to you? Just to check in? Just to ask how you're doing? Just to spend time with you for no reason? If you can't remember, but you can remember the last time they asked for a favor, that's a sign. Because real friendships are about mutual support, not just what you can do for them. Toxic people treat relationships like transactions. They only come around when they benefit. Here's what to watch for. They disappear until they need you. Weeks or months go by. Then suddenly, they text, "Hey, Hope you're doing well. By the way, can you help me with something? They don't check in, they check out. They don't ask about your life. They only reach out when they need something. They make you feel obligated. If you say no, they act offended. They remind you of that one time they helped you, as if you owe them forever. And once they get what they want, they disappear. Again. Until the next time they need something. A study from Oxford University found that real friendships are built on reciprocity, mutual support, shared effort, and emotional connection. But when a relationship is one-sided, it's not a friendship. It's an exchange. And toxic people? They only invest in relationships when they get something in return. That's why they never show up when you need help, disappear when you are struggling, only come back when they need something. Because to them, you are not a friend. You are a resource. You are not an ATM. You are not a convenience store. You are not someone's backup plan. Real friendships are about giving and receiving. Real relationships go both ways. Real people care about you, not just what you can do for them. So if someone only appears when it benefits them, they are not your friend. And the moment you stop saying yes, watch how fast they leave. So if someone only calls when they need something and disappears the rest of the time, pay attention. Because the people who use you today will abandon you tomorrow. But now, let's talk about something even more deceptive. What if someone isn't just using you, but is actively speaking badly about you behind your back? But what if I told you the most dangerous signs are still coming? Sign number 9, they hurt you on purpose but pretend it's just a joke. If it feels like an insult, it is an insult. No matter how much they laugh. You're in a group conversation. Someone makes a comment about you, and suddenly, everyone starts laughing. But something about it feels off. It stings. It makes you uncomfortable. It wasn't really funny, at least, not to you. So you react. Maybe you push back. Maybe you ask them why they said that. And their response? Relax. I'm just joking. Wow, can't you take a joke? But here's the truth. If a joke makes you feel bad, it's not a joke. It's a disguised insult. Not all jokes are harmful. But toxic people? They use humor as a shield. Here's how it sounds. Oh, I was just kidding. You're being too sensitive. Come on, it's just friendly teasing. I didn't mean it, but actually, it's kind of true. And the pattern? They laugh at your expense, but never let you joke about them. Their jokes are always personal, targeting your flaws, insecurities, or mistakes. If you look uncomfortable, they act like you're the problem for not being fun. This isn't humor. It's manipulation. According to research from Cornell University, people who use sarcasm and disguised insults are often trying to establish dominance and control. They make you feel small, so they can feel bigger. And when you react, they make you feel like the dramatic one. It's a classic tactic. A way to keep you questioning yourself instead of questioning their behavior. But here's the reality. If a joke is only funny to one person, it's not a joke. It's bullying. Constantly hearing negative things, even disguised as humor, slowly breaks down your confidence. You start to wonder, are they right? Am I being too sensitive? Maybe I should just laugh it off. But no, you shouldn't. Because people who respect you, they don't need to mock you to have fun. Real friends lift you up. Toxic people laugh at your expense. And the moment you stop laughing with them, watch how fast their jokes turn into open hostility. So if someone is always making jokes that hurt you, and then blaming you for not laughing, pay attention. Because the people who joke about you today will turn against you tomorrow. But now, let's talk about something even worse. What if someone isn't just mocking you in public, but is secretly talking behind your back? Let's dive into sign hashtag 10. Because this one, it's pure betrayal. Sign number 10, they are never there when you need them most. A real friend stands by you in tough times. A fake one disappears. Think about the last time you were struggling. Maybe you were going through a tough time. Maybe you needed support, advice, or just someone to listen. And this person? The one who's always around when things are good. Suddenly, they were gone. No calls. No messages. Not even a simple "Are you okay?" Because here's the truth. Anyone can be there when things are easy. But real loyalty is proven when life gets hard. When someone truly cares about you, they don't just show up when it's convenient. Toxic people, they disappear the moment you need them. Here's what to watch for. They're always too busy when you need help. But somehow, they're never too busy when they need something. They change the subject when you share your problems. You tell them something difficult. They act uncomfortable. And suddenly, they're talking about themselves instead. They only show up when everything is going well for you. But when you're struggling, they vanish without a trace. And if you confront them, they always have the same excuse. Sorry, I've just been really busy. I didn't know you needed me. I figured you'd be fine. But the truth is, they didn't care enough to be there. A study from Harvard University found that people who avoid friends in tough times are more likely to struggle with empathy and emotional depth. Why? Because they don't want the responsibility of real friendship. They want fun, easy moments, not the hard ones. And deep down, they know that if they keep avoiding you when you need them, you'll eventually stop asking. And that's exactly what they want. Because to them, your problems are not their priority. When life is good, fake friends are everywhere. But when life gets hard, that's when you find out who's real and who's not. Real friends stand beside you. Fake ones walk away. And if someone keeps walking away, believe them. Because real support isn't just about being around for the good times. It's about showing up when it matters. So if someone disappears every time you need them, pay attention. Because the people who ignore you in hard times don't deserve to be there in your good times. But now, let's talk about the ultimate betrayal. What if someone isn't just avoiding you, but is actively talking about you behind your back? Let's dive into sign hashtag 11. Because this one, it's pure backstabbing. Sign number 11, they talk badly about you behind your back, but pretend to be your friend in front of you. If they smile to your face but whisper behind your back, they were never your friend. Have you ever felt like someone in your life was being too nice to you? Like their words were friendly, but something about them felt fake. Then one day, you hear that they've been talking about you behind your back, saying things they'd never say to your face, twisting your words, making you look bad. But when you confront them, they act completely innocent. Oh no, I'd never say that about you. Who told you that? They must be lying. You know I would never do that to you. But here's the reality. If someone is your friend to your face, but your enemy behind your back, they were never your friend. Toxic people won't openly attack you. They do it in secret. Here's how you can tell. Others keep telling you what they said. If multiple people say, "Hey, I heard this person said something about you," believe them. Their story changes depending on who they're with. With you, they act supportive. With others, they spread rumors, mock you, or twist the truth. They pretend to worry about you, just to talk about you. I'm just really concerned about your name, but don't tell them I said this. In reality, they're just spreading gossip. They get nervous when you ask directly. If you ever say, "Did you say this about me?" they panic, deny, or blame someone else. Because deep down, they know they're guilty. A study from UCLA found that People who gossip negatively about others often do it because they feel inferior themselves. They don't feel good about their own life, so they try to bring you down to their level. But they don't have the courage to say it to your face, because they want to keep you close, while secretly bringing you down. This isn't friendship. It's manipulation. Real friends defend your name when you're not in the room. Fake friends destroy it. So if someone is constantly being nice to you, but their words tell a different story behind your back, believe the actions, not the fake smile. Because real friendship isn't about what they say. It's about what they do when you're not around. So if someone is smiling at you, but stabbing you in the back when you're not there, pay attention. Because the people who betray you in secret are the ones who will hurt you the most. But now, let's talk about the final sign. What if someone isn't just talking behind your back, but is actually happy when you fail? Let's dive into sign #12. Because this one, it's pure toxicity. Sign number 12, they enjoy seeing you fail. They won't clap when you win, but they'll celebrate when you lose. Have you ever noticed that when something good happens to you, they go silent? But the moment you struggle, the moment you hit a setback, suddenly they have all the energy in the world. Maybe they act like they feel bad for you. Maybe they give you fake sympathy. But deep down, you can feel it. They like seeing you struggle, because your failure makes them feel better about themselves. They won't say it outright, but their reaction will expose them. Here's what to look for. They never congratulate you, but always comment on your failures. You land a new job? They say nothing. You lose your job? They suddenly have a lot to say. They give backhanded compliments. Oh wow, you actually got that promotion? I didn't expect that. It's good you're trying, even if it didn't work out. They act like they knew it would happen. I mean, I kinda saw this coming. That's why I never would have done what you did. And the worst part? They don't just watch you fail. They secretly enjoy it. A study from Princeton University found that people who lack self-confidence feel relief and even joy when others fail. Why? Because your success threatens them. Your growth makes them feel smaller. So when you struggle, they feel safe again. But real friends, they don't need you to fail to feel good about themselves. Anyone can be around when things are easy. But when life gets hard, that's when people show their true colors. Real friends lift you up. Fake friends smile when you fall. And if someone enjoys your pain, they were never on your side to begin with. But there's one final sign. The biggest red flag of them all. The one thing that separates real friends from people who never deserve to be in your life. The one behavior that proves their loyalty or their betrayal. And I'm about to tell you exactly what it is. Stay with me, because this changes everything. The biggest secret, the number one sign someone secretly hates you. They don't leave all at once. They remove you from their life, piece by piece. The final reveal, the number one sign they secretly hate you. You might not notice it at first, because it happens slowly. At first, they stop texting back as quickly. Then, they stop inviting you to things. Then, they start making excuses when you ask to meet up. And before you know it, they've quietly erased you from their life. Not with a big argument. Not with a dramatic fight. But with silence. Because the most dangerous enemies aren't the ones who attack you openly. They're the ones who quietly walk away and never look back. Why this happens, understanding toxic silence. A study from Harvard University found that when someone secretly resents you, they won't always confront you. Instead, they'll pull away without explanation. Stop engaging with you emotionally. Cut you out of their life without ever saying a word. Because to them, you're already gone. This is the final proof that they were never truly on your side. And if you've noticed this happening in your life, it's time to face the truth. What to do next, how to remove toxic people. If you recognize these signs, it's time to take back your power. Stop chasing people who don't value you. Stop giving energy to those who wouldn't do the same for you. Start protecting your peace, because you deserve better. Not everyone deserves access to you. And the moment you stop trying to fix one-sided relationships, you'll realize how much energy you were wasting on people who never truly cared. Now I want to hear from you. Comment "I see the signs" if you've ever experienced this. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Because the more people we wake up, the less power toxic people have. Protect yourself. Protect your energy. Because no one has the right to make you feel small. At the end of the day, you are not obligated to keep people in your life who don't respect you. You are not here to prove your worth to anyone. The right people, they already see it. So choose yourself. Choose peace. Choose the relationships that truly matter. Because life is too short to waste it on people who don't truly care. You deserve better. And once you realize that, your life will never be the same.